Hey, Stoic soul. Quiet down the world for a moment. You know what it feels like. Walking on eggshells around people who bend your boundaries and poison your peace. Maybe you shrink yourself just to keep the peace. Smile to survive. Let their storms blow through your mind until you start believing their storms are your climate. You spend your days defending yourself in arguments you never wanted, living on edge, replaying cutting words long after the moment passes. But here's the truth. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." Translation: true strength is silent. Power is presence, not performance. So breathe. Let the chaos subside. Tonight, we'll learn how to disarm the toxic and command respect. Not from noise, but from quiet authority. If you're tired of being bent, subscribe and walk the path with us, but only if you're ready. Now exhale. It's time to build a fortress within. Here are the 9 clever ways Stoics make toxic people respect them and the power you didn't know you had. It starts with the storm. Their voice rises, criticism like arrows, words sharp and hungry. You feel the reflex to defend, to outtalk, to fix, but the Stoic lets it pass, because silence ages every drama. Outlasting the noise is not surrender. It's the first show of control. In the space where others react, you simply endure, unbroken. Picture yourself as an ancient statue planted in the town square. Pigeons land, children toss pebbles, the weather spits rain, and teenagers graffiti mustaches on your face. Do you shout? Flinch? Demand the pigeons respect your personal space? Of course not. You're stone-faced. And not because you're literally made of stone, but because nothing can rattle your Stoic spirit. You know every storm is followed by calm, and ridiculous mustaches wash away in time. Or, at the very least, they become retro, and you're ahead of the fashion curve. There's a breathtaking freedom in not needing the last word. While the world fizzes with urgency to clap back, to win arguments and dominate debates, you slip gently between their sentences, sipping your invisible tea. It's not that you don't have a witty comeback. It's that you don't have to spend it. Stoics collect comebacks like rare coins, cherished but never spent at the first opportunity to buy peace. As the noise escalates around you, observe it the way you might observe a neighbor vacuuming their living room while you have headphones on. Aggression swirls, opinions barrage you, the volume swells. Meanwhile, you float above it all, an astronaut watching a squabble from low Earth orbit. You realize that most noise is recycled, the same lines used in every argument since ancient Greece. Sometimes, you suspect Socrates might have faced almost identical rants at staff meetings in Athens. And yes, he let it pass too. It's easy to confuse silence for passivity or patience for permission. But to outlast their noise is not to shrink, but to expand. To stretch yourself beyond the moment's chaos and see a grander perspective. Like the ocean, you have waves on your surface, but the depths remain undisturbed, carrying secrets deeper than any surface storm. Your calm unnerves the dramatic. Your lack of reaction is, paradoxically, the strongest reaction anyone can serve. People expect sparks. They rarely know what to do with serenity. The loudest saboteurs shrivel when their bluster fades into the soft, padded walls of unshakable calm. Eventually, their words drain of energy. Drama, deprived of participation, runs out of oxygen. The one hurling accusations or stirring pots is left with nothing but their own echo. They retreat, mystified, like a cat who leaps on your bed expecting resistance. But your utter lack of response makes them reconsider their entire plot. This is where the subtle magic of outlasting noise begins. Time tips in your favor. Let turbulence announce itself. Let egos stomp around. A Stoic strolls through the clamour, browsing its absurdities like items at a garage sale. Inflated outrage, lightly used. 3-for-1 deals on guilt trips. No, thank you. Just window shopping today. You don't purchase what isn't yours to own. At last, the hosts of chaos stumble off stage, and the world falls into its natural quiet. There is a reason the elder oak stands long after storms have broken lesser trees. Its strength is not in what it shouts at the wind, but in what it withstands without wavering. So, next time someone pelts you with noisy opinions, remember, drama is desperate to be fed. You are free to starve it, and watch it shrink into irrelevance. Outlast their noise, and inherit the stillness that outlives them all. Toxic people test you, dangling your self-worth from their moods. They praise, then punish, like weather you can't predict. The Stoic breaks the chain. Your approval, yours alone, becomes your anchor. You stop letting their storms rearrange your calm. You become the still point in their hurricane. Picture this. You're at work, ready to face the day with bold confidence. And then Brenda from accounting shuffles by with a sigh that could drown a ship. Coffee in hand, she glares at you as if you personally invented Mondays and rainy days. You tense up. Are you the problem? Did your aura offend? You replay all your recent Hello Brendas in your head like a cringy mixtape. Soon, your self-worth is held hostage by a woman whose greatest personal achievement is hitting reply all by mistake. Stoicism invites you to stop, take a breath, and realize Brenda's mood is her weather system, not yours. If she's raining, let her rain. Don't stand outside trying to catch the raindrops and analyze their emotional pH. Your inner climate is yours to govern. Nobody else holds your thermostat unless you hand it over like a weird emotional concierge. Would you prefer my joy at 72 degrees or existential dread at 65? When you anchor your self-worth inside, you become immune to the emotional seesaw of the people around you. Imagine being the sturdy oak as co-workers whirl around like confetti in a tornado of office drama. It stops mattering whether they're beaming or brooding. Their thunderstorms pass overhead, while your roots clutch the earth in tranquil defiance. Yes, it's tempting to chase approval, to crave those little dopamine nibbles of validation. The toxic person knows this. They dangle smiles and scowls like carrot and stick, convincing you your value depends on their whim. The Stoic blocks this feedback loop. You no longer decode their every sigh. Let them be the world's most cryptic weather app. You've got an umbrella, some shades, and a playlist called Unbothered. Consider for a moment that it's not just toxic bosses or sarcastic relatives. We all do this. We check the faces around us, like scrolling social media. Did my joke land? Did my existence annoy anyone? Was it something I said, or my unfortunate tendency to breathe at them? This is the subtle prison. Our self-worth shrinks to the size of someone else's frown. But you're more than that. You don't need to shrink to fit someone's storm cloud. The Stoic sees emotional drama, not as a battle to win, but as weather passing by. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He didn't say, "Unless Brenda's having a day." Your inner judge, fair, kind, and a bit cooler than Caesar, is the only one whose verdict you need to trust. So, the next time someone treats you like yesterday's leftovers left in the break room fridge, picture yourself as a serene lighthouse. Moods crash against you, waves of grumpiness and passive aggression, but you stand tall, a beacon of I actually like myself energy. Maybe even give yourself a secret gold star. The greatest act of rebellion against emotional chaos is refusing to base your worth on the unpredictable forecast of another soul. Their moods roll by. Your self-worth, immovable, stoic, unbothered, and possibly humming a tune that says, "My value is not up for negotiation." When attacked or baited, you want to defend, justify, or explain. The Stoic asks questions. Why do you think that? What's your intention here? A question confuses their script and invites reflection instead of escalation. It returns the spotlight, gently, refusing to play their game. Picture this. You're at work, minding your business, when suddenly a wild coworker appears, launching into an aggressive critique of your coffee-making abilities. Most of us want to leap in with a stern defense of our choice of almond milk, but a Stoic pauses, perhaps takes a breath so slow it looks like buffering, and responds, "Is there something about my coffee that's important to you?" Suddenly the script has glitched. Your critic, used to a soap opera showdown, now stares at their own reflection in the existential cappuccino foam. Why does this odd little tactic work? Because human beings are story-driven creatures. We approach conflicts with lines rehearsed and outrage preheated. When you break the flow, not with retorts, but with questions, the drama fizzles before the next commercial break. Your colleague came for a duel and got a philosophy club pop quiz instead. This habit isn't just some psychological jiu-jitsu. There's a kernel of compassion tucked inside the question. Stoicism isn't about dunking on people with Socratic gymnastics. It's about searching for perspective. Even the most barbed comment comes with a hidden cargo of the other person's worries, insecurities, or misunderstandings. By asking rather than answering, you show curiosity about their world. Can you tell me more about what's bothering you? Translates to, your feelings matter, but so do mine. Let's upgrade from Mortal Kombat to therapy dogs. Of course, not all questions are created equal. A snarky, "Wow, did you wake up on the wrong side of your own drama this morning?" is less Stoic inquiry and more spiritual gasoline on the fire. The magic is in the genuine quest to understand. Imagine a troll under your mental bridge. Instead of fielding their riddles or attempting epic banter, you shine a flashlight and ask, "What brings you here today?" Most trolls don't know. Heck, most of us don't know when we're the troll. Let's not pretend this approach is easy. In the heat of battle, the urge to unleash the PowerPoint presentation of our righteousness is strong, but with practice, questions can become our reflex, a go-to move as satisfying as hitting snooze. Next time your friend implies your favorite band peaked in 2007, don't argue the cultural significance of jazz flute fusion. Ask, "What's your favorite album and why?" Congratulations. You've just turned Battlefield into book club and book club into a nap. Modern Stoicism is less about stone-faced silence and more about mental aikido. We use curiosity as a shield, not to deflect all criticism, but to let what matters through. Questions don't just diffuse tension, they recruit your opponent into a shared reality. They switch the dynamic from conqueror and conquered to two explorers wandering through the jungle of misunderstanding, possibly chased by a caffeine-addled squirrel. The next time someone lobs a verbal grenade, your way, try a question. Not sharp, not loaded, just open, small, and stoically sincere. Why does this matter to you? It's not a trick. It's a reset button for both of you. Sometimes, the person across from you just needs a gentle invitation to join you on safer ground. And if you're lucky, you'll both look back at the moment, not as an epic clash, but as the day nobody had to clean up emotional shrapnel from the break room floor. Isn't that a victory worth savouring, one peaceful question at a time. The toxic thrive on reaction. Anger, laughter, outrage. It's all food. When you master the unbothered face, the even tone, you become untouchable. Your composure is a mirror to their chaos. They learn. This one does not feed the fire. Picture this. Someone tosses a snide comment your way like a rotten tomato at a stand-up set. The old you? Maybe you dodge, throw, return fire. But now, with a practiced stoic face, you simply blink. Or maybe not even that. You're as still as a cat watching a butterfly. There's a moment of silence. The tension is alive in the air, but you're just browsing inwardly, as if wondering if you left the stove on. The would-be fire starter is left holding their matches, slightly baffled, possibly reconsidering their life choices. The art of non-reaction is not about bottling up every single emotion until you pop like a champagne cork at an office party. No, it's more like being a well-insulated thermos for your own feelings. Nothing leaks out. The outside world might swirl, but you're a calm thermos of aromatic tea, barely disturbed. This is the superpower of modern stoicism. You witness the moment, acknowledge the event, but don't grant it the VIP access to your internal peace. Think of your emotions as a remote-controlled toy car. Every time someone presses your buttons, the car zips and zooms in wild directions. Mastering non-reaction is like changing the batteries and keeping the remote. Now, no matter how hard they press, you decide if the car moves at all. Sometimes it's even fun to imagine your inner stoic as a particularly bored British butler. Oh, you're calling me names again, sir. Very good, sir. Shall I bring out the big indifference now, or do you prefer mild apathy with a side of polite detachment? There's a wisdom in the space between stimulus and response. When someone makes a jab, you have an invisible pause button. Before lashing out or crafting the perfect gotcha comeback, you breathe in, as if inhaling garlic bread at an Italian restaurant, and savor the silence. This pause is the birthplace of all self-mastery. It signals, I am not a puppet. I have chosen serenity over spectacle. And let's be honest, nothing disarms a drama enthusiast faster than the refusal to audition. The moment you become unresponsive to provocations, sigh, the disappointment on their faces. People who thrive on emotional feast suddenly find their buffet replaced with a crusty, flavorless cracker. It's almost poetic. If you ever want to see someone recalibrate in real time, let them stew in the silence after an attempted insult. The gears will turn loudly. Sometimes you can almost hear them thinking, wait, did they not hear me? Or are they onto a higher plane? Are they secretly a monk? Mastering this law also keeps your peace of mind intact in the digital Colosseum, aka comment sections and group chats. The urge to clap back is powerful. After all, that meme was especially disrespectful, but every non-reaction is a quiet reminder to yourself. I am captain of my own calm. I steer my attention, no one else. This law is not about superiority or smugness or robotic coldness. It's about dignified self-possession. You transform agitation into artful silence. You reclaim your narrative energy, choosing mindfulness over mayhem. Toxic provocateurs expect a hurricane. Greet them instead with the silent serenity of a mountain lake. Calm waters, no storm. That's how you become untouchable. Let them try again and again to rattle you until eventually it's no longer fun for them. You've made your spirit Teflon coated. Their chaos slides off soundlessly, and somewhere in the middle of your serene, unfazed existence, you realize freedom is sometimes as simple as doing nothing at all. You're conditioned to soften every no. To give excuses, soften your spine, but not anymore. A stoic Boundary is calm, clean, unapologetic. That won't work for me. No defense, no explanation. Your rules, your peace, protected by invisible walls. Imagine your mind as a cozy fortress with a moat filled not with water, but with all the ridiculous requests you've ever reluctantly said yes to. Babysitting your boss's parrot during a long weekend. Moat. Listening to your neighbor describe, in detail, the foot fungus they found yesterday. Moat. Deep inside this fortress, your stoic self sits, sipping a cup of metaphorical chamomile, wrapped in the plush robe of self-respect, deciding what enters. The boundary isn't rude, it's serene. It's a polite bouncer at the velvet rope of your sanity, checking names on the list. Overcommitment? Not tonight. Guilt-tripping? Try the club across the street. Setting boundaries doesn't mean inventing dramatic stories. You don't need to fake a rash, claim allergies to plans, or pretend Zoom stopped working. A Stoic simply declines and lets silence hold the space afterward. Notice how silence after "I can't" feels scarier than skydiving, but also deliciously liberating. The awkward tension. That's a signal you built your side of the fence just right. If someone asks, "Why not?" and you instinctively scramble for a slideshow of justifications, pause. This moment is your Stoic training montage. Each no is a push-up, each respectful refusal, a plank for your dignity. No explanation is your new ab routine. Your ancestors didn't cross continents so you could explain to Becky why you're not coming to Taco Tuesday. What does this look like in practice? It's turning down extra work by saying, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I'll have to pass." When a friend pushes for details, try, "I have other priorities right now." If a well-meaning relative critiques your lifestyle, your job, your dinner, your questionable sock collection, smile, breathe, and say, "I appreciate your input," and move on. You're not a debate club moderator. You do not need to defend your life like it's the Olympic finals of polite arguing. Boundary setting is not about being cold or prickly. It's about trimming the hedge, not building a concrete wall. A Stoic boundary lets in sunlight, but keeps the weeds at bay. And for those persistent souls who treat your boundaries like suggestions at an all-you-can-eat buffet, remember, repetition is your friend. Repeat the same, calm response every time, like a minimalist answering machine. That still doesn't work for me. Marble statue vibes. Buddha-level patience. The more you practice, the lighter it feels. And perhaps the greatest gift, you model respect. When you set boundaries without apology, you invite others to do the same, creating a culture where everyone's fortress stays cozy and untrampled. You're not just protecting yourself, you're creating space for honesty over obligation, rest instead of resentment, and a bit of humor in the inevitable awkward pause. So tonight, as you drift off, imagine your boundaries sparkling gently in the dusk, your peace softly humming, your mind finally wearing comfortable socks with pride, and a newly reinforced moat, gently rippling with all your no thank yous, carrying away tomorrow's unnecessary burdens before they ever set foot inside. In every toxic encounter, there's a frame, a story about who is winning. The Stoic rewrites the narrative. You stop wrestling in their mud. You choose the ground. I'm not available for this conversation right now. Shifting the frame, you control the rules of engagement. Picture this. Someone throws a verbal pie your way. Delicious, maybe, but likely laced with sarcasm. Do you join the pie-eating contest? No, friend. The wise Stoic simply holds up a polite napkin, steps aside, and lets the pie hit the wall. What a shame. The wall didn't even ask for dessert tonight. Your job isn't to win in their circus. It's to remember that you can choose whether the tent goes up at all. Seneca would tell you, sitting across from you in his best robe, and maybe, if he's feeling modern, some non-slip socks. Most arguments are invitations to perform. But why funk dance when you can just sip tea on the sidelines? Frames are invisible bubbles around every interaction. The angry email, the snide comment from a co-worker, each comes with an unspoken, let's box. But you, noble practitioner of bedtime stoicism, have your very own refuse to fight club. And the first rule is, control the frame. Change the rules. Or just swap the chessboard for a backgammon set and see if anyone notices. Control isn't about clutching the steering wheel until your knuckles turn white. It's choosing when to be present. It's knowing that, sometimes, the most powerful move is a well-placed, perhaps we should talk when we're less interpretative dancey. That's not weakness. That's discipline dipped in a sprinkle of mischief. Let's experiment. Imagine, you wake up, coffee in hand, greeted by a classic Monday morning rant from a neighbour about your illegal gnome garden. Instead of defending the honour of your terracotta crew, you smile and say, thank you for your passionate input. Would you like a tomato? The frame has shifted. Suddenly, you went from the accused to the generous urban farmer. No more mud. No more wrestling. Just tomatoes, and, if you're lucky, a faint neighbourly blush. Marcus Aurelius, in his journal, would doodle a diagram. Stimulus, frame, response. The true battle isn't with whoever's across from you, it's with your own automatic story. Who says you have to play antagonist, or even protagonist? Maybe you're just the eccentric narrator, pausing for a dramatic sip as the scene unfolds. Control the frame until the fight dissolves. That doesn't mean being a doormat. Stoics aren't made of welcome mats and cheap excuses. It means knowing when to hit pause, when to reframe with humour, or when to let the other person's story waft away on a gentle stoic breeze. Whether you use compassion, mild confusion, did we just start debating the epistemology of gnome statues? Or Zen-like indifference, you remind yourself. I decide how much of my energy goes into this moment. Sleepy yet? Good. Because tonight, as you drift away, you'll dream not of battles, but of calmly redirecting marauding armies with a raised eyebrow and a well-timed, let's try this again tomorrow, shall we? Stoic bedtime stories are all about escaping the gladiator pit, curling up with your favourite book, and letting the world's dramas play out to an applause you're not even listening to. Your power lies in what you don't engage with. After all, the best drama is the one you avoided entirely. And that, my friend, is how you win with grace. And maybe a few spare tomatoes. People who lash out want you uncertain, off balance. So you steady the ship. Your words are simple, your voice low. Here's what I will accept going forward. You don't plead or threaten. You state, then enforce. Calm certainty is the most intimidating power on earth. Picture your life as a Zen garden, every expectation a meticulously raked line in sand. Then someone barrels in, riding a metaphorical leaf blower, blasting your sand into swirls of chaos. Most people at this point would panic. Oh no, my lines, my poor existential geometry. The Stoic instead just grabs their little wooden rake, slowly, methodically, with the patience of a monk who's reached enlightenment, and maybe just a pinch of caffeine. They kneel, smooth the chaos, and with calm certainty, draw their boundaries anew. This is the shape of the garden. This is what stands. No yelling, no big existential soliloquies, just polite, almost annoyingly unflappable boundary reconstruction. Those who thrive on drama get flustered by this. Melodrama is sustained by reaction. The wilder your emotional swings, the more lively their performance. Remove the circus tent and the peanut gallery, and suddenly, the drama is just a person shouting in a field. Let them run out of steam. When you respond to nonsense with gently raised eyebrows and a question as casual as, "Is this how you'd like to proceed?" you shift the power dynamic. You're unshaken. You're the IKEA manual in a hurricane. All pictograms, no sweat. You are the one who decides what gets assembled and what gets left, forever unbuilt. Calm certainty does not mean being cold or robotic. It's warmer than that. Think of the energy a wise dog wields at the dog park. The one indifferent to the yappy Pomeranians nipping at its ankles. All majestic fluff and stoic composure. That unbothered aura isn't lack of feeling. It's quiet confidence. The kind that says, "I've chased bigger sticks than this." The real comedy, of course, unfolds within. When you hold the line with quiet dignity, people sometimes respond like you've just informed them the earth is flat, or that croissants can only be eaten on Thursdays. But your tone says, "These are my terms," not with a bang, not with a pleading song, just a gentle, implacable bell toll. Should they escalate, you don't. While they flail, you become molasses, slow, deliberate, unmoved. Sometimes, the less you react, the more they shriek. Other times, faced with your calm, they almost relax, as if relieved that someone finally drew a map inside the chaos maze. But the secret is this: calm certainty is not about dominating the other. It's a radical act of self-respect, like watering your own houseplants when you're tired. It's that moment you realize you don't have to match someone else's volume to be heard. You become the thermostat, not the thermometer, setting the emotional climate, rather than just registering every gust of hot wind. And so, your boundaries, delivered in a voice that barely rises above a whisper, in words that do not shake or quiver, become law, not through force, but through stillness. You turn tension into background noise and expectations into clear signs. This path is closed for renovation. Please take the scenic detour named Respect. Sleep easy, knowing that calm certainty is the softest armor you'll ever wear. Not flashy, but unbreakable. Not loud, but echoing. Not a shield that clangs, but one that holds, quietly, naturally, indefinitely. When the signs of poison rise, gossip, gaslighting, baiting, the Stoic makes an elegant exit. You don't storm out, you drift away. Sometimes the strongest move is absence. Your distance denies them their favorite food, your energy. Think of it like an elegant ghosting, but with all the class of a 1940s movie star gliding away in satin pajamas. The Stoic doesn't slam the door or post a dramatic status update about cutting toxic people out of your life, babe. Instead, imagine you're performing a magic trick. One moment you're at the center of a swirling storm of drama, and then, poof, you're off reading Marcus Aurelius in the bath, unbothered and unreachable. Strategic withdrawal is not defeatism. It's not losing. It's not letting them win. In the Stoics' playbook, stepping away is sometimes the most Jedi-like act of personal power you can muster. Seneca would have agreed. What's more impressive? Winning a shouting match about who didn't refill the Brita filter, or silently, serenely, pouring yourself a glass of tap water and continuing your day as if you were always planning to build some kidney fortitude anyway. When you remove yourself, you're not giving up. You're enforcing boundaries, like an ancient philosopher, with an excellent sense of perimeter security. Picture yourself as an emotional bouncer. Sorry, this club only allows respectful guests and anyone who brings snacks. Just as a bartender refuses service to the overly rowdy, you too can quietly refuse to serve your time and spirit to those who serve only chaos. You don't have to announce your exit with fanfare or passive-aggressive sighs. Strategic withdrawal is best practiced with stealth and kindness. Like a cat slipping through a cracked window, you exit the discord without fuss, leaving questions but never footprints. When your presence is missed, let it be like missing the sun on a cloudy day, a quiet absence that lingers without accusation. And yes, the urge to clap back can be strong. There's a delicious split-second fantasy, the perfect comeback, the flawless retort that would leave your adversary stunned and staring at their reflection, pondering the errors of their ways. But the Stoic knows the world rarely delivers such satisfying sitcom endings. Most of the time, you'll simply be drawn back into an exhausting loop of who got the last word. Spoiler: the last word is always fatigue. Instead, redirect your inner energy. Imagine you're carefully withdrawing your emotional investments from a failing drama bank and reallocating them to the rich treasury of your own peace. Watch as your dividends of tranquility begin to grow. Your absence becomes a shield and a soft boundary, a signal that your involvement is earned, not owed. Of course, there'll be whispers, rumors, eye rolls, a few spicy DMs. There might even be the all-too-familiar, "Are you okay?" text that isn't really about your well-being, but about their confusion over your lack of engagement in the ongoing circus. Here's where you apply Stoic humor. Respond with kindness, or don't respond at all. You're busy tending your inner garden, watering patience, pruning resentment, planting a whole grove of "not my circus, not my monkey's" trees. You are not required to man every battlefield or referee every conversational gladiator match. Sometimes, conquering means simply walking away, dignity intact, slippers on, ready to read a witty Seneca essay with your pet nearby, or just a particularly peaceful pillow. Strategic withdrawal is the Stoic's silent encore, the art of bowing out before the drama's climax, leaving them wanting more, but giving yourself only what you genuinely need: space, serenity, and the sweet silence of disengagement. You're not their savior, shock absorber, or scapegoat. The Stoic sees a boundary where others see a burden. You can witness the drama without taking it home. I'm sorry you feel that way. The weight is not yours. You walk on. Imagine someone lobbing emotional grenades into your inbox, or treating your daily coffee break as a confessional booth. The Stoic, ever serene, imagines themselves behind reinforced plexiglass. The chaos is visible, but the sound is muffled. Your job isn't to dodge projectiles or run the triage ward for other people's wounds. You don't need to adopt the posture of Atlas. Back bowed, carrying the world's existential baggage, complete with their mother-in-law's Facebook rants and their latest existential crisis. As Marcus Aurelius would say, if he had Wi-Fi, their opinions are on them. My dignity is on me. Setting boundaries feels less like building walls and more like drawing lines in wet sand. Soft, but still visible to those not too busy wallowing in their own quicksand. When someone starts to hand you their emotional carry-on, smile warmly and point them gently toward the lost and found. I see you're having a hard time, but I too am a traveller. My hands are full with my own humble rucksack. Sometimes, the most compassionate word in the Stoic vocabulary is no. Repeat as needed, preferably with a relaxed jaw and very chill eyebrows. This is not to say that you don't care. The Stoic knows empathy isn't synonymous with enmeshment. Bring your listening ear, polished, attentive, but not available for long-term storage. You can nod sympathetically while still mentally redirecting your energies to the inner citadel. where peace and memes about cats reside. Think of yourself as a friendly bus stop, not the entire transportation authority. Passengers can pause, share a story, and move along without moving in. There is an art to the impassive eyebrow raise, a well-timed or the strategic change of topic to the merits of air fryer recipes. When emotional baggage is shaped like a designer trunk, expensive, unnecessary, definitely not on your packing list. You are well within your rights to refuse the checked bag altogether. It looks heavy, you can say, and I'm traveling light. Modern Stoics, trained in the ancient wisdom of no thanks, recognize the difference between compassion and codependency, the way a botanist distinguishes between a houseplant and a Venus flytrap. Healthy relationships are reciprocal, not extraction sites for emotional fossil fuels. The Stoic learns to serve tea, but not to fill everyone else's cup until their own hydraulic system is dry. The world will give you ample opportunity to hoist other people's troubles onto your back, like unsolicited gym equipment, but sadder and much heavier. The Stoic, observing this parade, feels no need to join it. You are allowed to walk alongside someone, but not to fuse your spine with theirs. Even Sisyphus, in his infinite wisdom, or possibly infinite frustration, never took breaks to roll other people's stones uphill. In the end, what you refuse becomes part of your discipline. You become lighter, less tangled in grievances, less prone to unsolicited night sweats about someone else's argument from 2014. Boundaries are not barriers to love, but invitations to respect. As you lay down burdens that aren't yours, you make room for the kind of peace that can only flourish in uncluttered hands. So tonight, as you ready yourself for sleep, picture yourself walking along a quiet road. Someone sidles up with a suitcase bulging with regret, anxiety, and a half-eaten sandwich of self-pity. You offer a soft smile. "That's quite a load," you say gently, "but this is my rest stop." The weight is not yours. You walk on, unburdened, free, and so peaceful. The world trains you to pour yourself empty, but the Stoic fills up first. Joy, solitude, self-respect. These are not selfish, they're survival. Every act of self-care is a subtle revolt against the toxic. When you're full, you can weather any storm, and you'll find, in time, that toxic people can only respect what they can't deplete. Let's be honest. Some days, you wake up and your cup is less a chalice and more a cracked coffee mug, leaking motivation and enthusiasm somewhere between your pillow and your morning commute. But Law 10 reminds us to patch up the cracks before trying to fill anyone else's mug, which, let's face it, always seems suspiciously leaky when you're the one doing the pouring. Self-care is not about expensive retreats or rubbing kale directly on your soul. It's about knowing yourself well enough to notice, hey, maybe this cup needs a refill before I hand it to Janet from accounting. Imagine for a moment that you're an ancient Roman filling their amphora. Yes, amphora, because we're being classically Stoic. At the well, the village may need water, your family may be thirsty, old Marcus may be flopping about dramatically, as if the world will end unless he gets 3 gulps immediately. But a truly wise Roman knows, an empty amphora can carry nothing but air and desperation. Fill up, then serve. Stoics recognize this paradox. By protecting your peace, you multiply the good you can do for others. Parents who rest are kinder. Friends who protect their solitude listen better. Leaders who recharge lead with sanity instead of snappy comebacks and caffeine shakes. You can't teach resilience with empty eyes, nor model joy with a fake laugh that sounds like a sneeze. Here's the comic twist. The world will always be suspicious of those who don't martyr themselves. You decline extra work because you're tending your inner garden. Scandalous. You say no to an emotional vampire because you're prioritizing a quiet hour alone. Revolutionary. But guess what? When you unapologetically fill your own cup, you give everyone around you permission to do the same. You become the mystery in the storm, untouchable, undrainable. Suddenly, the only folks complaining are the ones who preferred you running on fumes. And that's the red flag parade you never need to attend. A Stoic's boundaries aren't harsh. They are gentle, firm, almost invisible fences made of self-knowledge. You don't need to post a sign that says, "Now recharging, do not disturb except for fire or puppies." You simply radiate a kind of quiet fullness. It gently deters the energy thieves more effectively than all-caps emails and fiery showdown meetings. The catch? You must revisit the well daily. No single fill-up lasts forever. Old habits, obligations, and the gravitational pull of needy people can drain even the largest reserves. So, set small rituals. Savor your coffee without your phone. Walk where the only notifications come from birds. Let your thoughts settle like snow globes instead of shaking them with every interaction. Notice how filling your cup quietly transforms how you show up everywhere else. Suddenly, you are not pouring with resentment, but offering what overflows. And so, the 10th law of Stoic power is simple and quietly rebellious. Care for yourself like a sacred trust. Defend your time and peace, not with anger, but with kindness that says, "I will give from a well that is full and never from an empty cup." Your life becomes less a race to depletion, more an unfolding abundance. Now breathe, Stoic soul. Notice the silence where old noise lived. Feel the weight that's no longer on your shoulders. Tonight, you've learned that respect is not begged, bargained, or borrowed. It's enforced without violence or volume. You are one of the few who dare to step onto the path of discipline, dignity, and calm power. Remember, boundaries aren't walls. They're bridges to your own peace. The storms outside you no longer decide your weather within. Walk quietly tonight. Sleep easy. The war for your spirit is won in small, silent moments. And as dawn comes, remember, you don't need to prove your strength. You already are the proof. Walk quietly. Walk free. Now breathe, Stoic soul. Notice the silence where old noise lived. Feel the weight that's no longer on your shoulders. Tonight, you've learned that respect is not begged, bargained, or borrowed. It's enforced without violence or volume. You are one of the few who dare to step onto the path of discipline, dignity, and calm power. Remember, boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges to your own peace. The storms outside you no longer decide your weather within. Walk quietly tonight. Sleep easy. The war for your spirit is won in small, silent moments. And as dawn comes, remember, you don't need to prove your strength. You already are the proof. Walk quietly. Walk free.